the idea of this probably started, I think it was first mentioned February or March of 2019. We mentioned that we wanted to do a public art piece.
I know that Sandra had brought up community art projects and how some of the ATAC teens before had actually done a community art project like this, like similar to this before, and Sandra was suggesting that, you know, it would be super cool if we did it. And we were like, oh yeah, that'd be great. We're totally on board for that.
Sandra, our art mom, she wanted to have someone who was experienced with public art come and be our resident artist so that we could do this and do an actual public art piece. And Janaina was the artist that they brought in as our resident artist.
My name is Janaina Vieira-Marques. I'm an artist, originally from Brazil. Have been living in Montana for the past 11 years, from Missoula. The Holter Museum with the Montana Arts Council have me as a resident artist here. They invited me to work with ATAC, which is the After School Teen Art Council, in a way that we would develop a public art project and engage the teenagers in manifesting their ideas and contributing to beautify the city of Helena.
So we've been working on this for a good few months, as you've probably heard already. Me and Natalia actually came in a week or two already into the project, so we had to really get caught up to speed on what was going on. We actually helped make a lot of the different graphical designs for all of this stuff.
Yes, I designed a lot of the flowers and I picked out the color palettes.
And I mainly did the silhouettes and a bunch of the other stuff.
To go to the city, and we needed to present to the city council to see if we could actually do this in the community. We had to appease to them.
I think that was a pretty constant learning process. We had several meetings for a couple months there. It felt like every week almost we were meeting with somebody new. And at every single meeting, there were complaints that were made about this or that part of the process, or just how we presented it in general. So it was constantly improving upon our ideas and figuring out how we could take this idea we had and make it into something real.
Yeah. We met with quite a few groups, and even after COVID hit, we actually had a lot of meetings up to that point, and then COVID hit, and we were wondering if this was even going to happen. And there were meetings that we actually had to do online. I joined a couple city meetings and presented in those. So we learned a lot about how to do public speaking and get across our project idea and all that, and it was just a long process, and yeah.
Culturally, like the world has pretty much moved away from things like big, colorful, bold things like graphic design-wise and architecturally, and I think it would be nice to like re-put that back out there. I don't think minimalism is bad, but I do think it tends to be the death of the artist when things like that happen, and so I would definitely love, especially in a small town like Helena, to kind of have that, I guess, central piece. Be that it's very much filled with art and things that you could just go and see and enjoy for free.
ATAC as a group and as a community's goal has always been to help teens have and create a space in the community. And so we decided to make designs that either represented how we felt our roles were in our community, or just things that were important to us and we felt like we wanted to use our voice our voices as teen artists to help project.
We had decided to address, let's see, gun violence, which is in the Charlie's Angels pose with the flowers, where it's similar to something that Banksy would do, where he would, and we also decided to do one that had community and getting together in your community, coming together to like help each other up, which is reflective in our mountain there. And a third one was how everyone matures differently and everyone's at different stages in their lives. So it's reflective in our bird one, where there's different poses where people are taking flight, some are getting ready to take flight. The fourth one is reflective of how our educational roots, your education and what you're learning is going to affect how you like go out into the community and spread what you know, your knowledge, and it's reflected of the roots in the ground with reading and butterflies. I think it's really interesting, and I don't know if anyone else will actually see these things as we want them to, but if they don't, you know, art is one of those things where you can find whatever meaning you want in them. And I think that's really cool.
It has been absolutely amazing. So by getting here and understanding what they want to do, what's the objective of the work would be, and then being the one like shaping those ideas and helping them to finding a way of installing them in a city, and also building up all the community outreach, right? So I think this project has so much about what it is to become a citizen, what it is to be someone proactive in their community and amplifying their voices through art.
Patience.
Definitely patience.
You get so like nervous or like overly excited to do things that just like naturally as people we tend to rush through things in our like happiness to be doing something. And I think it's being that this has been an almost a year-long process, it's definitely showed that for those really, really important and big things, you do need to slow down and do all that.
In the future, I'd like to see other people take inspiration from public works like this and the other places around Helena you can see, so that they can also open up and just use their voice in art.
One of our mottos with this project was with the community, for the community. And so we actually, as Michael said earlier, that we actually planned this to happen on Vigilante Day, and that didn't happen, but we wanted people to be coming up and down here and helping us paint it, which we actually have been able to do a little bit. I helped a little girl paint all these little flowers yesterday, and so we have been able to do it with the community. We want this to be a piece for the community that they can draw on and that they can interact with and be part of. So yes, I have a lot of hope for this to be an inspiration and something that we can continue to do in the future.
And then just thinking about also like all the process of the learning process, right? Where they started the project thinking about, they had an idea of how could they utilize the arts to show the community they want to be part of this and be someone proactive and active. It's like as people that are part of this community. So coming from sketches, ideas, drawings, to their silhouettes. Those are silhouettes, so I took pictures of them and then traced those silhouettes, and having their silhouettes being printed in the sidewalk in the center of the city as a way of portraying the reflection of, you know, people walking by and seeing their shadows imprinted in the sidewalk. So there's this exchange that happens with the teenager, their own shadows, and the community. So yeah, so many layers, and then getting here and seeing the manifestation is happening, right? Coming from idea to manifesting the idea. And it's absolutely powerful, I think. And I would say that even like in a time like we are living right now, COVID, where we are just trying to face and understand how to be apart from each other, but also work together as a community, because we can't live by ourselves, right? We depend on each other. So every design has something to say about this interaction with the teenagers, the aspirations of what they want to be and how they see themselves in the community, and also the action they want to do, right? As we are painting, just really absolutely magical, I think.
I think it'll be really exciting, especially since we're not out of high school yet, and we know a lot of people who do come downtown to hang out. I think it'll be exciting to hear what our pool of peers think about the art that we've done. So I'm really excited for that.
And then you see their ownership, so that makes my work meaningful. So today I was just walking and seeing how they talk about their project, how they have ownership about what they are doing. So that makes me think that whatever I did to contribute to that was successful, because they are here, they have ownership, and they know what they are doing. Really awesome.